This was prepared by Adam from the writing team. He says, advertise here, you little shit. YouTube allows shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits, and more in the first 7 seconds. 2 years ago, the money-hungry shitworms at YouTube said that any fucking video that swore in the first 7 seconds wouldn't be monetized. Well, that's changed. Now you can swear again. In their video, YouTube specifically says that asshole and bitch are moderate profanity and words like fuck are strong. They do not provide any more examples, which is unfortunate because I always love it when corporations just kind of like, in the interest of explicitness, pun intended,
give examples,
say bad words or
got it.
Talk about, sexual things.
Yeah.
Tell me exactly what's allowed. High frequency swearing across the whole video is still an ad policy violation, however. Oh, shit. I mean, I'm bleeping it.
He's bleeping it.
But what's interesting about this is the word through the grapevine, though I don't think I ever had anyone concretely confirm this for me. The word through the grapevine was that even high frequency of expletive deleted beeps, especially very early in the video, could have had an impact before, although it seems
I believe
like
that used to be a thing.
Now maybe it won't be as much. Hateful speech is still a policy violation, so if you're to say, I fucking hate you so much, that's not hate speech. Well, you guys get the point. YouTube has not provided more specific information as to where the profanity line exists, so we're still going to be running on vibes. YouTube is also, this is interesting, re-monetizing older content that was in violation of the policy, assuming, of course, that was the only violation. Now, because this topic was prepared by Adam, naturally, our discussion question is, what's your favorite swear? I think I know your answer, and I don't think you can say that still.
Shouldn't have laughed so much on that one.
Yeah, we both know what you're talking about, unfortunately.
It's just a fun word.
Yeah, it's like a happy word.
Yeah.
It's just, it rolls.
My sadness with that is the way that it fits into certain sentences and stuff. I don't want to actually use it because of the negative connotations.
We're actually not going to use it because we actually shouldn't.
Yeah.
And I
agree with that. It's just there isn't another word that sounds like that and like plays like that in a sentence.
Yep. No.
I mourn the loss of that.
I get it.
I agree with. Yeah.
It's also one of those words that can be a sentence.
Yeah.
And that's, it's just like you think about that and you're like, oh, yeah. It sucks. I wish that word didn't mean what it meant.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yep.
I think you guys probably
have. But then the core original was also different. Words are weird.
Oh, 100%.
Words are weird.
100%. You know what? Realistically, my favorite swear word is also not a swear word. It goes really well with a swear word. I can tell you that much. And you might say that I dropped it casually in my high school years. What? Look at Barry.
I'm just reading chat.
It was so cool working.
I have to return some videotape.
It was such a cool
LMG?
It was such a cool period of our lives.
Yeah, it never comes up for you ever, does it, Luke?
And you know what? For me, again, like I totally understand why that word has fallen out of favor. I do have to admit, I don't really see the difference. It used to be that...
Dude, it seems worse now.
Sorry, in what sense?
The words that people use like in lieu of it seem worse now, in my opinion.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Which
that's
is
the
wild
thing.
To me.
Is people always move on.
But it's like we definitely escalated and people seem fine with the escalation. I'm sure that will not be true in like 2 years or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like even within our lifetime, like because okay, here's the thing, people are always going to make disparaging comments about people whose mental acuity is perceived to be lower. I am not saying they should. I'm not saying that I should. I'm just saying that people will.
Yeah.
That will always be, just like any of the other traits that people will bully each other over, that will always be something that people will attack. And it seems like there's a bit of a pattern where when people are looking for a trendy new word to use to hurl at each other, they go straight to the medical textbooks. You know, idiot, you can just totally say. Moron, you can just totally say. They literally, at some point or another, particularly idiot, literally meant the exact same thing. Still do, as far as I can tell. But like we've drawn this like this line, and we're like,
that one's okay.
Yeah, that one. It's not. I don't think that it's okay. I think if you asked someone to really sit down and think about it, it's like, okay, well, why does nobody flinch? You know, when you call someone a moron, or you say that's an idiotic thing to say. You know, whatever else. Like nobody really bats an eye. But that word, they'll be like, oh yeah, no, those other ones are bad too.
I thought for a while that it was because of one of them being more of a category. But then the new word in that field is also specific again. So
yeah, no, it's a
clearly that wasn't the case.
Like we're talking about the more spectrum-y word, right? That has sort of taken the place, which is funny to me because like I'm not even necessarily convinced that being on the spectrum like is an insult.
A lot of people really own it, which I think is cool, to be honest.
Yeah. Whereas like just sort of broadly your mental capacity is low seems like a more of an insult.
I also think these days it's very common for people to identify like any little minor thing about practically anyone and be like, that means you are on the spectrum. It's just like, bruh, at a certain point, if you're going to include all this stuff, we just all are. So like,
well, that's the whole thing. It's a spectrum.
Welcome to humanity, I guess.
Dark Rainbow says, I think the R word is actually a medical term, ? Yeah, but so was idiot. Like that's the whole thing, is like idiot became the favored medical term, and then people started using it to insult each other. So they made a new word, and then people started using that to insult each other. So they like made a new word. I mean, look, not on the playground, because the timing would have been right for that. But like by the time I was in high school, you'd have people throwing things like differently abled at each other. Literally just taking whatever was the most politically correct terminology that anyone could possibly come up with and going, oh, well, let's just use that then. Right?
You
like
just say it in a certain tone.
Yeah, it's more about the tone. And maybe that's something that bothers us so much about the R word, is that it is so fun to say. It's like in the exact opposite way that the one that I liked was fun to say. Yes.
Because that one's and the other one's
yeah, you can extend it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look, like I fully support that there are very good reasons that, or rather, there's just no reason to, stomp on a group of people with our language if there isn't a good reason for it. And so, do I necessarily subscribe to that? I should constantly have to be keeping up to date with every single, sensitivity around every single word. No, I don't think that's possible. But, once you're informed of, what the impact of something is, words do have power. You know, that whole sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me. It's like, yeah, they can't break your bones, but to say that they can't hurt you, I think you'd have to be pretty stone cold to never have anything that anyone said hurt your feelings. Because it's not the words that do it, right? Of course, it's the negative energy that someone is projecting at you. So anywho, what's my favorite swear? I don't know. I guess I don't really have one anymore. Love me a good F-bomb, though. It's so versatile. I don't know if there's one I use more than that.
It is probably the most versatile word that we like have at all, pretty much. Because it's just used for everything. Good, bad, whatever.
Yeah.
It's the filler word of all filler words.
I'm going to go with that, then.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
if you
my
could
goodness.
make any non-swear word into a swear, what would it be?
See, that's impossible.
Because at a certain point, they lose all of their original meaning. So you could really pick any word. Some people are saying clanker.
Clanker. I don't buy it.
That feels very forced to me.
Yeah.
I know it's apparently trending right now.
Let's go with bread.
Bread.
Yeah.
I thought bucket.
Bucket. You know what? I like bucket.
Because my whole thing is I like how
Bucket,
words
let's do it.
feel to say and how they sound out. I care a lot more about that than... Like, that's the reason why I like that one word that we're not saying, is because it like, how it feels to say and how it kind of flows and sounds out and how you can integrate and how you can extend it and all that kind of stuff is why I like the word, not the other stuff.
Right.
So I kind of like bucket.
Right.
Because it...
You know what? I'm going to go with regarded. We should move on.